Good morning and welcome to Train to Silver. So this training is for anybody who is a solid premier every single month. This means you're hitting premier just with the people ordering on LRP, or maybe you're adding a little bit of volume, but premier is a rank you hit every month. So now we're working on the rank of silver, which is totally awesome. Now you guys, I have super exciting news. There is a new bonus coming out for silvers who are enrolling at least one person with 100 PV or more every month. If you hit the rank of silver and enroll somebody, you are going to be getting a pretty sweet bonus, and it starts this month, so you'll see it on your check for in April. You'll see it in your April check. So it's called the Empowerment Bonus, and it's for premiers and silvers who are enrolling on a monthly basis and getting 100 PV or more. You're going to see your check start to raise. So I tell you guys this because I want to make sure that you don't miss out on this bonus and you realize that you need to get an enrollment this month to be able to take advantage of that bonus. And you'll get it either as a premier or as a silver. So they've done it to help boost the incomes of, those middle ranks in doTERRA where you might be feeling like, oh man, is this really worth it? Business is absolutely worth it. This will just sweeten the deal along the way. So I'm going to be sharing I need to just open this silver guide real quick. And I'm laughing because I can hear, we had a really bad hailstorm. Like in October. And so half of my neighbors got their roofs redone, which is kind of funny because it doesn't really look to me like their roofs were really that damaged, but obviously they were if they're redoing them. And then last night we had tornado warnings with a horrible storm. And so I'm wondering if everyone's going to have to redo their roofs all over again. But I'm hearing my neighbors guys getting their roof redone, and so there's people pounding, and I can hear everyone out there yelling. And so if you can hear hammers out there, that's why. It's because we have crazy storms here in the Midwest. Okay, so I'm trying to get my silver training brochure to work with you. So hopefully, there we go. Okay, so you can download a copy of the silver guide that we're going to be going through, which would be a really good thing for you to have, at sharesuccess.com, and then visit the rank section. It's $3 to download it, but that's nothing. Or you can go buy a copy of this at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. So this is the silver guide that we're going to be going over. And I wanted to explain real quick how our group is going to work. So as I mentioned, we are all premiers going for silver, and meaning you're a solid premier going for the rank of silver. And we are going to be in a group together. You're in the group with other people that are in the exact same rank, that are motivated. I had you guys fill out your commitment level, and I only added people to the group that were at least an 8. If people were saying, I'm committed at a level 5, I thought, you know what, that's great, share away, but we want to be with a group of people that really want to rock this business. So you are in a group with other people who are super committed to this business and really wanting to see success. So on every Tuesday morning, we're going to be having this Zoom call where you can ask questions if needed. And we're going to be going through the silver guide together. And then I'm going to be adding supplementary videos every single week to the group. So this week we're going to watch the videos that correspond with the prepare section. And then we are also going to be, you'll notice, watch the training videos for each section at the /silver. So I will be putting those videos in the group that we're in, and I want you guys to be active participants in this group. I want you sharing, commenting, letting us know how this is going for you, what you're thinking. Like if you have a successful class, I totally want to hear about it. I want to hear what you did. I really want to hear what's going well and where you need extra support on your journey, because honestly, this business will be so much easier if you feel like you're doing it with other people. So I'll start my video so you can see me. Just because I wear makeup today and I brushed my hair. And I might even show you the little men outside that are hammering the heck out of the roof. It's just really distracting for me right now. I'm like, wow, they're really pounding away, aren't they? Okay, so this is the silver guide, and I don't know if you've seen this before, but they always have a fun fruit on the front. I don't know if this is lime or bergamot or what this is exactly, but this is the silver guide, and this is going to become your best friend over the next 6 weeks because it's really going to help guide you in your journey to hitting the rank of silver. Now, this is going to tell you, the actions of hitting a silver are making sure that you're sharing oils and that you're consistently enrolling people. Now, being as there is that new bonus that is coming out, you are going to want to make sure that you are enrolling, because you will miss a bonus as a premier or a silver if you're not enrolling. Now, I ask that you not get out there and just share with your whole teams publicly. There's a new bonus coming because doTERRA has asked that we, there's another, the leadership retreat's coming up for the West Coast, and so they want to share that. I am sharing it with you as premiers because I know you will not be at that retreat, and because I want to give you a little bit of a head start on getting an enrollment this month. So I'm sharing top secret news with you. Okay, so we are going to be working on the prepare section this week, and that is planning for silver. So we're going to go through real quick. We're just going to go through, and we are going to talk about pages 4 through 8 together. Now, what I want you guys to do, first of all, that's not on here, is I want you to revisit why you are doing this business. And if you don't have an up-to-date vision board, I want you to have an up-to-date vision board because I want you to know what you're working towards. I want you to feel excited about what you're dreaming about right now. You guys laugh. I'm totally like a crazy person trying to get these windows open. Get some sunshine in here. So I want you to revisit why you're doing this business. And if you need to go to the build guide, you can totally do that. And you can fill out the why section again of why you're doing this business, because it will be very, like I said, to know what you're working towards, the things that are going to keep you motivated and excited when, not if, times are tough. Now, I just went to the most powerful women in network marketing, and it was a really awesome experience because we talked about, there was a woman that talked about how the reason she was successful was two things. She's like, first of all, I'm resilient. Stuff happens. We all go through crap. We all have things happen. We all have, a lot of us have kids. A lot of us have other jobs. You may be going through, moving, being pregnant, whatever it is. We all have things that we're going through. And the key is staying resilient and bouncing back and continuing on with your business, even though life is still happening. I remember last year, my husband was in a horrible snowboarding accident, and I had a retreat that I had that weekend. I had rented out a room at doTERRA. I had people flying in for it. I had it all planned out, and he is here. He is in the hospital. And I'm thinking, oh, great. What am I going to do? So I did my retreat anyway. I filled in the gaps with when I wasn't able to be there. I had somebody else there for me. The beauty of doTERRA is it's become like a family relationship for me. So I had people offering to come in and help me so that so that I could be with my husband at the hospital. I went and did a little presentation after one of his surgeries because I knew he would be sleeping the whole time instead of awake and hanging out with me. So I thought, I'll sneak out. So it's all about being resilient. And then the other thing that she said that I love, this woman, I don't remember her name, but she said, I've also turned my pain into my power. Instead of letting my pain destroy me, I turned it into power, which is a key thing. So I really would invite all of you guys to do that same thing is, focus on being resilient, bouncing back when stuff happens, but also turning your pain into your power. And reminding yourself, why am I doing this business? Because that's a key thing. Okay, so we're going to have a moment of truth. So we're going to go to page 4 of your guide, and we are going to talk about where you're currently at. And I want you to evaluate where you're at. Where's your mindset with this business? Where's your skill set? Where's your tool set? So on mindset, if you find yourself saying, I can't find builders, nobody wants to do this, nobody likes oils, nobody wants to enroll, that's a mindset thing, because there are people out there that want to do this. There are people out there that want to enroll, and there are people out there that want to do this as a business. They may not know it yet, but there are people out there literally begging and pleading. And if you're a religious person, there's people out there, religious or not, praying for financial freedom. And we have an excellent key for that. And, if we find ourselves thinking, oh, no one wants to do this, or I don't live in the right place, or this is really hard, that's a mindset thing. It's really interesting. I struggled with mindset when I was living in Utah, and I believe that that's why I've been a Blue Diamond for 3.5 years instead of advancing to Presidential Diamond, is I let my mindset slip, and I found myself thinking, I can't build in Utah. I can't. It's hard here. Everybody's already heard of it. Do you guys want to know the percentage of Utah that's enrolled in doTERRA? 2%. That's nothing. There are people in Utah, believe it or not, who have not even heard of doTERRA yet. Now, doTERRA does have great name recognition in Utah, but I let it affect my mindset. Ironically enough, I have enrolled 2 or 3 people from Utah in the last couple of months. I think I've enrolled 3 in the last 2 months. But yet when I was there, I wasn't enrolling because I had it in my mind, oh, people don't want to enroll. ridiculous. It's like a mindset flop that I was having, and it was really affecting where I was. Mindset is such a key thing. So I personally think that is a very important starting place, is having your mindset in the right place. The skill set. How are you doing with teaching? How do you do with enrolling? How do you do with mentoring? Where's your skill set? And then your tool set. Do you have the right tear pads? Do you have enough sample bottles? You know, I want you just to rate yourself with all of these categories. Now, as you are moving on, your way up the ranks in doTERRA, your belief levels need to be deeper and stronger. You obviously need to believe very strongly in the product, the company, yourself. You also need to really believe in your builders. If you don't believe in who you have partnering with, it's going to be very difficult to rank, advance, and move forward. And if you find yourself always thinking, oh, they're so dumb, or they don't know what they're doing, or you're going to have a hard time moving forward. So you need to be able to really, truly believe in your builders. And if you don't, and if you really don't think your builders have what it takes, you need to find new builders. That's just the bottom line. Like, you need to replace. If you do not feel like you are working with someone that's got what it takes to go Presidential Diamond with you, you need to find new builders. So you really need to believe in who you have partnering with you. So I want you to just rate all of your belief levels. And then I want you to rate how you're doing with your pipes activities. How well are you doing with being prepared? How are you doing with inviting? How are you doing with presenting, enrolling, and supporting? And just go through this whole section, and it will give you an idea of where you need to work on and what you can do to leverage what you're doing really well with. Now, I want you to go through and fill out your silver planner as well. So you're going to fill in your name, and you're going to go through and you're going to write your builder, their current volume, and the volume that you need in each of these legs to hit the rank of silver. And then I want you to plan out when you are going to hit that rank. What is your next goal, and when are you going to hit that by? Why are you committed? Why is it important to you? And what are you going to do to get there? And then you're going to figure out how to improve your weaknesses and to leverage your strengths. So it's going to be huge. Now, I want you to go through and fill out a silver tracker. Or silver planner. This is going to help you figure out where you are. If you do not fill out planners, it's kind of like shooting in the dark and having no idea, where you're going and how you're going to get there. Now we live in a day of cell phones where everybody always has a cell phone with them. And on our cell phones, we have GPS. It's like I use my GPS all the time, my Google Maps or whatever it is that I have on my phone that I use. I think it's Google Maps. But I'm always plugging addresses in there, but I know where I'm going, and I know how long it's going to take to get there, and I know how many miles away it is. I couldn't leave for an appointment if I didn't, when would I leave for my appointment if I didn't even know when it was going to be? So it's important that you know when things are happening so that you can get to where you need to be at a certain time. So same thing with your doTERRA team. You need to know what kind of volume you have going into it. If you want to, you need to know what kind of volume you need going into these legs so that you can achieve the rank of silver. So what you need to do is fill out all three of your builders that you are working with. Now, maybe what it is that you need to find a third builder, and that's okay. You really need to focus right now on finding that third leg and making sure that your first two legs are solidly hitting elite. So what I would do is fill out your trackers. So you're going to go through and realize, okay, builder number one, leg number one, I need 3,000 in volume. I'm going to go through right now at the beginning of each month. Excuse me as I yawn. And I am going to figure out how much volume I have processing through LRP. So let's say it's 1,500 or 2,000, because you should at least have two legs that are hitting 2,000. So it's at 2,000. You know that you need to bring in an extra $1,000. Now, I want you to do your average class volume. It says on here, average class volume 1,000. I say, that's great. There are some people rocking it, but most people's average class volume is not 1,000 on a very consistent basis. So figure out, normally I get an enrollment or two. Normally my class volume is, maybe it's 200 or 300. So if you needed to bring in 1,000 in volume, you would need to do 3 or 4 classes if you average 300 per class. So you'll want to figure out, you want to get your classes scheduled for that leg and mark how many one-on-ones you have planned. So you're going to do that for all of your 3 legs. You're going to figure out how much volume you have coming in and subtract that from 3,000 so you know how much you need. And then you are going to figure out how many classes you need to do. So that's going to be huge. I also want you really, and this gives you dates. You need to, the first of the month, you're recognizing success. Woohoo, so-and-so hit elite, so-and-so hit executive. Celebrate. by the 5th, you need to map out your rank and your power of 3. What do you need to have happening for hitting your rank and your power of 3? And then the 27th, you're finalizing everything. Okay, so you're going to also be doing your power of 3 planner. I did not receive my power of 3 as soon as I could have because I never filled anything out and I didn't know how close I was. So I was missing probably $1,000 every month because I had no idea. Jen, you're like almost at your 1,500. This was 5 years ago. Ridiculous. Don't lose money like I did. So you want to fill this out and figure out how close you are to getting your next level for your power of 3. And then lastly, I want you really focused on prioritizing your activities. And these are going to give you success tips and things to avoid, and also give you some books that might help you be really focused with the time that you're spending. So this is a great page to go through and read through. So it talks about the essential things that you need to be doing and the non-essential things that you can maybe give out to somebody else, making home essentials non-essentials by delegating training services or hiring out anything that someone can do at least 70% as well as you. Involve your spouse and other family members and support while you build your doTERRA income to improve your family's lifestyle and financial bottom line. So this is why I hire out. I have someone cleaning my house. I have someone that does my yard for me. My nanny does my laundry for me. I also have her rent the store for me. So because she can do those things almost as well as I can, if not better. So the yard guy, he mows the lawn way better than I do. So why am I going to spend my time when I could be growing my doTERRA team? I'm going to let someone else mow my lawn for me. So this just walks you through some of the things that you may be wanting to start getting some support with so you can really focus on your business. So I love this whole page, and I'll let you read through this because you guys know how to read. So I want you guys to really focus this week on really preparing and planning on silver. We are on the prepare section. And so hitting silver, it takes preparation. You need to make sure that your activities are prioritized. You are progressing on your power of 3. You are helping your builders with their rank planners. You need to be making sure that all 3 of your builders you have 3 people in place that want to hit elite, and you're helping them fill out their forms and their plans so that they can hit that rank. And you are just evaluating where you're at. So this is what it takes for the prepare section. We are going to be posting videos that have to do with the section that we are currently in. And so that you guys can have supplementary material along the way, which is really important. So are there any questions? Any questions? No questions? Everybody feeling good about everything? Is everyone feeling so excited? If you haven't downloaded a copy of this, go ahead and download it. It's $3, which is a great investment into a tool that will be really great. Look at all this great content that we're going to be going through on a weekly basis. So anyway, we're going to go through. This is great. This is just great. This is great stuff to have. So you'll want to have a copy of a silver guide. So if you haven't done that yet, download this and then be watching the group this week and participate. If you have questions, ask questions. If you have comments, make comments. We definitely want to hear. And Lisa, did you have a question? I noticed you raised your hand. I think you can unmute yourself. Or maybe Lisa was raising her hand. She's excited. How do you download this? I missed the beginning. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to be going to sharesuccess.com, and you're going to click on the rank tab. You're going to see the silver guide, and it says download and purchase or something like that. It's $3. So you just click on it, and it's really simple. Someone have a question? I thought I could hear someone talking. Any questions? All right. Well, if you have questions, ask in our Facebook group because we have our own little group. How do we know what our people in train to? I'm not quite sure what you mean, Lisa. Do you guys hear that hammer out there? I think like between 5 and 10 of my neighbors have had their roofs redone. I've never seen so many people re-roofing in my life. All right, Lisa, I'm not sure what your question is, so you are welcome to ask it in the group. Oh, how do we know what our people in Train to Elite are learning? Well, I would invite you to go through the launch guide. So we're just learning the very basic things. So basically, in an ideal world, you would have gone to the launch guide together, and then you went to the premier guide, and now you're on to the silver guide. So they're learning the basics of the business. So you're welcome to go through the launch guide and go look at what they're learning on that week. So that's a great question. But thank you so much for being on this morning, and I will get this posted.